Shit, there's bits of roof flying off. I need to find a safer spot. Bloody hell. This storm came from nowhere. It's insane. Yeah, I just saw a couple of sheets of corrugated iron flying off a roof. I need to find a safer spot. I'm right outside a lot of gun shops. Safe in one respect, but not safe in another respect. I didn't get it on film, but the dude with the white shirt on, he just recently bought himself a nice big rifle. He had his rifle in his box, and on his shirt it said, "The Lord is my shepherd." As I sit here watching the rain and reflecting on the day, just thinking, Thai people are so friendly. Well, they're friendly to me. At Olá Thai Tapas Bar, I got a free beer. I just wandered in and I went to pay the bill. I ordered 2 beers and I got a free one. Thai people, I say it, I encounter it all the time, are so friendly and kind. But they're also very funny. Just check out this. Now this road that I'm on too, Charoen Krung Road, was actually the first proper road that was built in all of Bangkok. See, Bangkok back in the ye olde days was very much a river city, and the modes of transferring things like people, but also products, used all the kongs and the canals and Chao Phraya River. But it was when the Bun Ruck area developed, so it was around the King Rama I time that the earlier colonial period, there was a need for a road. So this road here, Bangkok's first proper road. So wandering up and down this road, you're going to see some very interesting things. It's such a unique, amazing road. And yes, I know, I probably said I pronounced the name wrong. Charoen Krung. Please keep in mind, I've only been in Bangkok for a short time, and I'm learning about Bangkok, I'm learning about the language, so I'm going to make mistakes. So please go easy on me, I'm trying my best. Interestingly enough, the road at the moment around here resembles much more of a river or a canal than a road. Which brings me to something that I read once, and it really relates. If you're coming from a country like I am, I'm coming from Australia, where the road rules and the traffic flow in a very kind of predictable manner. People stay in their lanes. When you come to Bangkok, it's a bit more fluid, a bit more random. And I remember reading it, the way it was described is like, culturally, Thailand is used to, Thai people are used to navigating canals and operating boats. So they use that kind of same philosophy on the road. So when it comes to things like white lines, when it comes to things like turning and merging, it is the traffic kind of does flow a little bit more like a canal rather than a roadway. So if you have that philosophy in mind when you're navigating the roads in Bangkok, you probably have an easier time. You kind of just go with the flow. Don't pay too much attention to the road markings. Just go with the flow of the currents and the tides and the waves of the traffic, and you'll probably have a much easier time navigating the roadways. two minds at the moment. The storm has kind of passed. I just checked the weather app, and the storm has definitely passed. So actually now could be a good time to go and look at the street art, because I think the light will be really nice. You know, the reflection from the road, and you know, the sun is kind of, you know, it's a gentle light, and the street art will be all covered in kind of almost like washed and shiny. So I am actually pretty keen to go and have a look at some of the street art, or else I just pull up stumps and go home. Now here's one of these townhouses, or what do you call shop houses, that's turned into that's been transformed into a trendy, really cool, chic looking cafe. It's called Varun. And you know what, if I was smart, I should have been there watching the storm go by, because there's some beautiful windows there. I could have been sitting there with a nice cup of coffee watching the storm, but rather I was stuck near a gun shop with flying corrugated iron around me. Actually, there's another interesting building down there. I'm going to go and have a look at that. Now this is an interesting building. It's got some very, very retro style outfits and weird mannequins. Now it's the sign on the front door says no filming, so I'm trying to be a little bit sneaky. That's why I'm walking out the front of it, filming it over my shoulder. But it is, what's it called, the Olympic? And it's a step back in time. There's some weird mannequins there. Quite funny. I'm going to go and have a closer look, but I'm not allowed to film. Here's another one of those cool shop house, 3-story shop house cafes that have been transformed into a really modern, cool cafe. You'll see some really unique architecture on corners, so that we got this nice chic cafe here on the corner called Vima Lin. It's really kind of like a triangular shaped shop house. It's really interesting. But then we got this white corner building as well. I've got no idea what it is, but it's so interesting. It's just got an ATM at the bottom. I love the shapes at the top, the circles, and then it's got the square shapes down below. And then right beside it is a very interesting building, and we're opposite old Siam market area as well, in case you're wanting to get your bearings, or you want to come and check it out yourself. It's a really interesting corner. I'm starting to think, why am I standing out here in the rain? And also, we've just had the monster of all storms, and now I can see blue sky. My plans for the rest of the day, I feel like I'm as confused as the weather. It's like, should I go home? Should I duck for cover? Should I walk the streets? I don't know what I'm doing. So on Yawarat Road, there's over 130 gold shops. But I tell you what, Charoen Krung, it's got to be close to 100. There's just so many gold shops. Can't understand why there's so many gold shops. For my Wes Anderson style film, I'm going to get a tailor-made uniform of some sort. It's going to have gold stars. It's going to be very regal. It's going to use some kind of a soft pastel color palette, and it's going to be magical. And the plot line's all going to be about gold, something to do with gold, because there's so many different sets I can use around the streets here of Bangkok involving gold. So cool uniforms, cool outfits, soft yellowy kind of a green pastel kind of color palette, and gold. My Wes Anderson films start to come together now. Back in the ye old days, this Bangkok was referred to as the Venice of the East. There was so many klongs, which is the Thai word for a canal, so many of these kind of canals around, and the walkways beside them, really cool, but sadly, not anymore, because most of them got filled in because of the increase of the use of cars. So there was more need for roads to be built. So a lot of klongs sadly became roads. But one can only picture back in the ye old days when you could wander around the klongs or take the boat around the klongs as well. It's really evocative kind of images. Anyway, look at this cool, this is called the Yak Thai Hotel. You can see how they've taken the old building and put that kind of modern aesthetic on it. Looks really stylish, I like it a lot. There's another cool cafe, it's called Alice's Cafe. And it looks really fantastic. And what's even better, you walk out the door and you see this beautiful old temple. Just see if I can show you. And then right beside is another one. This is Simiao Kafei. So this is another really stylish, cool cafe as they cross the road. So this is one of the old buildings that they've renovated into a really funky, cool cafe. And this area around here is just littered with these stylish cafes, hotels, restaurants where they've taken the old shop house and converted it into a funky new cafe, retaining that building but putting that modern vibe inside. Really nice, I like it a lot. This temple here is insanely beautiful. I just can't believe it. I'm gonna have to come back here and do a closer inspection of this place because it is phenomenal. Now, I was on the fence whether I should go home or I should head to the street art area. But I've seen so much amazing architecture that I've changed my plan a bit. So this video is going to be mostly about the architecture because I'm also just about out of battery, and then I'm going to have to come back and do the street art in the next video. But look at these two guys who are guarding the temple here at the moment. Very Wes Anderson like these uniforms. I can imagine these two characters here having a prominent role in a Wes Anderson film. Now, when you leave this temple here, the first thing that greets you is this shop house once again. But look at the curved veranda, the balcony area, very Art Deco style. But then right beside it, really chic, cool, character-filled old building that looks like it's been there for centuries. And then right beside it, look at this, we've got a green cafe bookstore, and it is brilliant. I love it. one of the good things about traveling and exploring is sometimes your plans change, and most often in my case I've found that the plans change for the better. I had no intention of touring these back streets here, but geez, I've enjoyed it. It's really good. I definitely didn't plan to get caught in a thunderstorm like I did, but I had a really wonderful day. I'm really enjoying looking at these really wonderful old architecture. This is a good place around here just to get lost and wander around. Bangkok is just full of wonderful surprises, amazing architecture and art. I think I just got a raindrop right on my face. Yeah, how's that? Yeah, it's phenomenal. Look at this detail here. This is just outside big temple, and the gold and the sparkle here. Beautiful blues and the oranges. It's just so beautiful. So I've got this beautiful chetty here and temple, which I'm going to explore in future videos. Remarkable architecture there, and the colours just so wonderful. Then we've got this modern office building just here. I like that kind of almost cage-like feature out the front. And then the verandas up here. That balcony area and those rectangular shapes up top there. Quite nice. Now just over the road from this little intersection, this was actually a former print shop. So this was a printing house, and now it's no longer a printing house. It's been converted into a restaurant cafe. So I'm going to stop in there for a coffee or maybe a little snack. But the outside of the building is just remarkable. It'd actually be easy to walk past that and not really think too much about it. But inside is a really cool cafe. I'm going to go and have a look. It's only been open about 2 months, so I really want to check it out. I like trying new spots. Okay, made a mistake. This is not the place I was thinking of that's only been open for 2 months. The place I'm looking for is called the Craftsman. Craftsman at Bom Rung Krung, I think. Please forgive me if I've said that wrong. I'm trying, I'm learning. But also learning and exploring. So this place here is not open yet. So I'm going to put a bookmark and come back and explore this place later because it looks cool. I've just seen they've got they're inside at the moment doing some work, doing some renovation. Now the Craftsman is actually a block away. So I'm going to go one more block and see what else I find along the way. So that quick storm that we had really did a fair bit of damage. Knocked out the guttering here in this place, and the poor old squirrel lost its home.